Alright, got a special one here today. This is a 2014 Toyota FJ Cruiser. It is fully built for overlanding. This thing is anything but stock. 2014 is the last year of the FJ Cruiser. People loved them. They kind of have a cult following. So they've been appreciating in value every year since 2014. People just love them for overlanding. The 4.0 liter V6 that's in them is a phenomenal motor. I see them all the time with 400 to 500,000 miles on them and still running strong. The automatic 5-speed, great transmission. You could just put a bunch of miles on them and they just keep going. So this thing has been very well cared for, very well built. Just under 52,000 miles. It has 51.8 on it. And there's been a lot of love and a lot of work put into this truck. So we'll go all the way around. We'll take a look at everything on the exterior, and then we'll jump on the interior. So let's get to it. So we'll start with the wheels. We've got Moto Metal 17-inch chain link wheels. I like the 17s. Still gives you plenty of sidewall, and they look really good. They fit the rig really well. They're not huge like, a lot of people put 20s on trucks nowadays. And that's just a little much, I think. You got Toy Tech coilover suspension. So that's custom. I believe that's a, maybe a 2-inch, maybe a 3-inch lift. You got rock sliders on both sides. So that protects your the lower body of the truck there. You've got, I believe these are green step lights. So when you open the door, those come on. This thing is completely clean underneath. So absolutely zero rust. Very well taken care of. And yeah, obviously, a lot of money, a lot of work put into this rig. You've got a high lift jack up there. You got a ham radio antenna. I call those ice boards. So they're great for if you're losing traction. You just throw one of those down behind the wheel and you can get right back on the road and get to where you're going. You got your CB antenna. You got shovel, an axe. That red jug up there, that's for your fuel. There's a black jug up there, that's for extra drinking water. Got a full-size spare with a matching wheel. Dual floodlights in the rear. Got a liquid propane tank. Awesome for if you have a grill or something. There's a reverse camera, which is in the mirror of the rig. Works really good. Tow hitch, obviously. And then right there, that's an ARB touring awning. So that extends off the side of the vehicle by about 6 feet, I believe. And just gives you overhead coverage from the elements. Great for, you get up in the woods, you want to camp. It's there for you to keep you covered. It's got a almost brand new set, basically brand new set of Toyo Open Country all-terrains. So pretty meaty tires. Good tread, not super aggressive, but not a highway tire. They're all-terrains for sure. Got a snorkel, which that's, a lot of people do that if they're overlanding. Sometimes, you're running into water. I don't think this one's seen, a whole lot of that. Some people build them just because they like the look. So you got an upper roll bar up there. That sounds a little bright. Or roll bar, sorry, light bar. Smaller light bar. Front floodlights. You got front clevises here. You got a Mean Mother 9,500 pound winch with a Factor Pro Link winch shackle. That's a nice piece of heavy shackle there. It's all USA made. So, solid steel shackles. And those front green ones, those are called quote unquote zombie lights. That's what they're labeled inside the vehicle. So, yeah, let's take a look inside. So, real clean interior. Like I said, it was obviously very well cared for. So, you got vinyl floors, you've got cloth seats. It is the 5-speed automatic, which again real good transmission. You know, no major issues with those. You got your ham radio controller. This was a light on the very top of the rig. Somebody, probably the previous owner, took it off. It was remote controlled. So that switch doesn't do anything currently. That's your ham radio. You got a phone mount up here. You got a Clarion flip-up head unit. Let's turn this on and see what's going on here. So sounds really good. Real healthy 4-liter. You know, these things, like I said, you can put a ton of miles on them. I see them all the time with 400,000 to 500,000 and still running really strong. So Clarion, this is a touchscreen head unit. So, you know, and a lot of options on here. You got AM, FM, Sirius, Pandora, USB audio, iPod audio, 2 auxiliaries. You can play DVDs, you can play videos off of USB, navigation, telephone, Bluetooth audio. This is really cool. There's a camera on the front, an approach camera. So that is the front of the vehicle. You can see the winch shackle there in the corner. So, you know, really set up really well for overlanding. You know, these are all things you want to take into account while you're building these vehicles. This one was put together really, really well. So, and of course you got your climate control, hot, cold, on, off. There's your CB radio. And then you got a bunch of switches down here. There's your rear lights. So those are the, the lights by the spare tire. This is for rear horns. So that's what those are for. Rear diff lock, traction control, automatic traction. This is what you hit if you have a tire that's slipping, and it uses the brakes to engage the other side. This is for the fog lights, obviously, since fog. 400 watt, 120 volt AC outlet in the back. We'll get to that in a minute. It does have the manual shifting transfer case. So 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, 4-low. This does have an onboard compressor. That is the switch for the air horns. We'll show you those here in a minute. Yeah, over here there's another switch. Like I said, quote unquote zombie lights. This is the green lights up front. So we'll turn all the lights off when we get out of here, and we'll show you what all those look like. Yeah. So there's a remote. I believe it is for Op 7. Yeah, that is probably for the outside lights. Maybe by the rock sliders. There's a Clarion remote for the head unit. This I believe was the remote for the light that was on top. Up, down, left, right. I believe it was a spotlight that was up there. It is no longer up there. You got dual captain's chairs up front. So armrests, real comfortable seating. Another phone mount along with the CB mic. There's your USB and auxiliaries. You got another 120 outlet there. And this thing is, has the basic features: cruise control, hands-free radio controls, Bluetooth, hands-free calling, all standard equipment on the FJ. Here's your half door for the rear on the driver's side, and we'll scoot this forward a little bit. So you do have 3 seats in the rear, so not super roomy, but not bad. You can comfortably fit a person back here, as long as they're, if they're 6'7", they might be a little cramped. So the bottoms of the seats fold forward, and then the backs of the seats fold forward, and This one folds down just as a single. Those two fold down together. First aid kit, and then a water jug's behind that. There's the air compressor, and it's all plumbed in under this box. We'll go around to the back. We'll show you this box. It's really cool. It's well built. Let's see. Let's go around. Go around to the other side real quick. Get a look from that side on everything. So, again, you know, super clean, super well maintained, you know, extremely loved. People love these FJs. They're awesome little trucks. And I say truck, you know, it's more of an SUV. It's on the same running gear as the Tacoma. So it's essentially a truck. Again, bottoms of the seats fold forward. So, and these actually come off. These red handles here, you can just unscrew those. That one's a little tight. And these bottoms of the seats come off completely. So if you need them out of the way for extra storage or, you know, what have you, the option is there. So there is a AC outlet there going to that cord. There's a factory subwoofer back there. We'll look at that more when we get towards the back. And yeah. Let's take a look at the back here. So, and this opens just like a normal FJ, right from the side there. So, paper towel roll. You got a grate there. There's your first aid kit. This is a master first aid kit. It should have everything you need for a major emergency. There's your extra water, drinking water jug. Here's a different look at the compressor. Superflow MV50. So, max pressure is 120 psi. I don't know offhand what the flow rate is or how fast it fills. There it is on. So, this, I believe they had another speaker in here. They've got a grate there. Could have been another speaker. Could also work for an electric griddle. It does slide out, so you can access it a little bit better. My guess is they had a speaker there and they had it strapped down. Factory JBL subwoofer. And these drawers are really nice. These open, you know, quite a ways. There's probably 2.5 feet of drawer there. And you can store a lot of stuff in there. They do lock. Does have a set of keys with it. So, and these are just wooden boxes that somebody built and carpeted. They did a real good job of it. You know, they fit in here really nicely. You still retain your shelf space. You know, if you wanted, I guess, you know, throw groceries in it, you very well could. Just as an example. There's an outlet for your airline, and it's all plumbed up down there. Here is your jack and things of that nature. Oh, come on. A bit tricky getting that back in one-handed. There we go. You do have a coaxial back here for, I think, running off of the CB if, you know, you needed to run an antenna to something else. Here is the rear outlet. So that's for that. Yeah, let's take a look under the hood. I'm going to let that go for a minute. Yeah, that builds pressure right up. So, I'll show you the air horns. So, there's those, hard to see during the daylight, but there's those rear floodlights. There's the green lights for your side steps there, so you can see when you're stepping into it. So like I said, this does have air horns. Oh, maybe I gotta wait for it to build more pressure. We'll see. Snorkel. up there. Goes right into the fender there. There's your quote-unquote zombie lights. There's your LEDs up front. Your fog lights. Those are all there. This up. There's the air horns. Right up under the hood. Kind of a good spot to mount them. They're out of the way. You know, you don't see them. Can't get in trouble for them. Real clean engine bay. You can see no leaks or anything of any kind. Extremely clean under here. You know, nice and quiet. There's no loud ticks. You know, nothing of that nature. Very, very well cared for. So again, you know, 2014 FJ, last year of the FJ, 52,800 miles, or 51,800, and yeah, you know, awesome little Jeep, FJ, sorry. So yeah, I mean, very well taken care of, very well built, completely loaded and ready to go on its next adventure. So thanks for watching. Visit our website, www.familymotorcoidaho.com. Come see us here in Athol, Idaho. Our sister location is in Portland, Oregon. Their website is www.familymotorcompany.com.